Oh my god. I just realized, like, majority of the vlogs I have, I'm always in a white t-shirt. I'm always in a white t-shirt for some reason. I think most people think that that's the only thing I wear every day, just a white t-shirt, which is not the case at all. It's just like when I'm at home, it's like, this is typically my undershirt. And I don't really wear like undershirts like, the wife beaters. That's a funny and fucked up name, wife beaters, where it's like, it's an undershirt where, I don't know, it's an actual undershirt. I don't wear actual wife beaters because wife beaters, I don't know, they're just not comfortable. I don't like wearing them. They're not comfortable to me. I just like wearing a plain white t-shirt. And it's funny because if I could actually talk about just clothes in general, I realized like for like the last couple of years, like I still wear the same clothes, the same shirts I've been wearing since like 2011. Since I was like or 2010. So like 10 years ago, because the thing is I'm not really a big clothes person. The last time I actually bought stuff was like in 2018 when I had a job from a business called G6 Management. And the only reason why I started buying stuff is because I was really fat. I was like 230. I was like 230 pounds. So I was like obese, and a lot of my pants couldn't fit me. They were really tight. So I was like, I gotta buy fat boy pants. So I started buying more pants and stuff, and then I started getting skinny. I started like losing weight. So then I was like, oh shit, now I gotta now I gotta find clothes that fit me, and then I bought a new couple of new shirts and stuff. Like even now, a lot of the pants I wear are too big because I bought like a 40-inch waist for pants, and they just they don't fit me, so it looks my pants look like they're baggy. My pants look like they're baggy, and I don't really like buying pants and stuff. This is the I hate buying clothes, man. I just really hate buying clothes, to be honest, because it's like I don't know. I think it's just ridiculous to buy $40 worth of pants, bro. I don't know. I just think that's like such an expensive number, especially if we talk about shoes and shit. I think it's so ridiculous to pay like $60 and up for fucking shoes. Like I think if the shoes don't make me walk on water, if the shoes don't make me like run faster or jump higher, why am I gonna spend $100 and something on some goddamn Nikes? It just doesn't appeal to my doesn't appeal to my interests. It doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't tell me, yeah, that's a good purchase. I think this is a good investment. And at the same time, like with Nikes and all these types of like designer shoes, who is calling me? It's nobody. Okay. With a lot of these designer shoes, like there's like a market for it. There's a market for it. Like if you know like the right type of shoe and how rare it is, you can make money off of it. Like somebody might undersell this type of shoe, and you buy it off it cheap, and then you can like I don't know, put it higher at like a eBay, sell it on eBay or sell it on Craigslist, and you can make money off of that. There's like people who do that shit. I always wanted to do that because I knew that there's a market for it, but I just couldn't see myself like really investing in like the type of shoes that are really valuable. You got to be a part of that like sneaker culture to understand, okay, the Nike F17s is better than the Nike F18s. Therefore, this costs $500 and shit. I just never. You would have to give a fuck about shoes to get into that shit, and that's why I could never pull it off. There's a point in time in my life where I was trying to do eBay, and I was terrible at the shit. I was absolutely terrible. But I started to realize like you can make a lot of money if you sell shoes. I sold a couple of items, and one of these items I got off of Goodwill. Got off of Goodwill, and they were damn near brand new Nikes, but it was for girls. It was a woman's shoe, a woman's running shoe or whatever, and they were damn near brand new, and I made way more money just selling that. And I'm like, oh shit, maybe I should like start trying to tap into the shoe game. but like you would have to you have to care about shoes like that, and I just never cared about shoes like that. I didn't even know I was gonna rant about shoes for just 5 minutes, but but it is what it is. Last week, I think my last blog, I was talking about how much I hate fucking, how much I hate the school and how much I think it's ripped me off. And on that particular day, I had an exam. I had an exam. I had the parking exam. This is the second exam, and it's essentially, should I show like the typical things that you have to do? I guess I should show it again because there's a lot of people who are just like now watching these vlog things. I guess I should like try to reintroduce. I should try to reintroduce myself. Now, I don't want to do it every vlog, but like maybe every month I should try to introduce myself. Like, hey, my name is. I don't know. And here's another thing I've been thinking about. Like, I sort of regret like putting my name out there. Like, I mean, with vlogs, you're going to talk about yourself, so you're obviously going to reveal your name. But I sort of regret the fact that I do reveal my name because, like, even when I go into, like, Meebo groups, like, people know who the fuck I am, so I can't, like, troll people and talk shit. Like, that's the thing I regret because now I can't, like, just say whatever the fuck I want because people actually know what my face looks like. Even though I have, like, an icon, they like, oh, I know who you are. So it's like, I can't really talk shit on the group, but what was I saying? Oh, yeah, I was talking about the parking thing. Yeah, so I had a parking exam. I felt like I had a 76% chance to succeed because even though I do feel like they were ignoring me a lot and they were just, catering to, class A because 98% of the CDL schools or the people who are the students in the CDL schools are class A individuals. Meaning, maybe I should actually show you, I should show you pictures of class A vehicles. Because people, when I keep saying Class A, people are like, what the hell is that? I'm pretty sure some people are like, what the hell is a Class A vehicle? So let me see. So this is a Class A vehicle. If you're looking at this stuff, let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, Class A vehicles. So these are like the 18-wheeler big rig trucks. And Class B vehicles, Class B trucks are pretty much like truck drive, I mean not truck driver, are like straight trucks. If you ever seen vehicles like these are Class B vehicles. Class A vehicles are, you see like you see these trucks that carry like dirt or materials or gravel. These are Class B trucks. Now the thing about with Class A trucks, Class A vehicles, let's go back to Class A. If you do get a Class A license, you can do Class A. You can do Class A, these big rig trucks, Class B or Class C, and Class C is like you're driving you're being like a school bus driver or a what's those public transit drivers and stuff like that. Like you can do that. I don't know how much money they make, but I never wanted to be a school bus driver because I couldn't imagine myself just working with kids. Like, it's just weird to me to just drive to school and I don't know. It's just like weird to think that I'm going to be like a bus driver. That's lame to me. But like just being a driver that, unloads gravel or picks up materials and transports it somewhere, that's fine. But going back to the CDL school, yeah, I had a parking thing and I was really nervous. I was really nervous. But to make a long story short, I passed the shit out of that test. Like, I passed the shit out of that exam. Even though I was nervous, like, I still killed that shit. Even though I didn't, there's like I said I was going to show you the picture. Even though there's like 3 different parking maneuvers and I only learned 2 really well, and the third one I only practiced 4 or 5 times, I still passed this shit. I didn't hit any cones. I didn't hit shit. I killed it. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess, I don't know. I guess it shouldn't be a surprise to me because, like, again, I put in like a couple of hours for each one for just straight, what's going on here? I put in a couple of hours to learn it. It's just like the alley docking thing. I think I missed. Whoa. Oh my god, where am I? Sorry guys, I'm just looking through the thing. Yeah, I spent a lot of hours just doing straight line backing and stupid Adobe Acrobat. And offset backing to the point that like I wasn't like scared. Okay, so this is the one. So let me see here. So this is alley docking. Maybe I should increase the size so people can see alley docking. Boop, 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 boop. So that's like the third one. And then I didn't have to do parallel parking. And then this is offset backing, and this is just straight line backing. It killed those shits. I killed it. It was easy. And then when I killed it, I was like, finally, good. Now I only got this third exam, the final exam, and then I don't have to be in this stupid ass thing ever again. So before I could even do the test, I had to do like a road preparation test, and I finished the exam last Thursday. And then I had to go and try to schedule a road preparation test and then the road test. So the road preparation test was on a Saturday. And the road test, actual test, was on a Tuesday of this week. So on that Saturday, it was at like 8:30 a.m. I had to go, so I had to wake up. It takes like 45 minutes to an hour to get to this school. But since it was on a Saturday and I left at like 7, I think I left at like 7:30. No, I think I left at 7 o'clock. It only took me 30 minutes because there's not too many people driving on the road at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. So it took me 30 minutes instead of like 45 or an hour to get there. And I got there stayed there for a very long time. I was supposed to do the road preparation test at 8:30. But I had to wait till like 9:42 a.m. No, I had to wait till like 9:22 a.m. And it was really cold on that day. It was like cold and it was raining. Oh my god. Wet coldness is the worst. Is the worst type of weather. Because it's like, and you got to stay outside because you got to wait for the examiner or the instructor or whoever. You got to wait for him outside. But since he was late, I had to like wait longer, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna wait in this cold weather. It felt like it was like 50 degrees, and the wind was blowing. So once the wind is blowing and it's cold and it's rainy, it feels colder than what it actually is. So then I just said, fuck that shit. I'm just gonna go in my car and just play video games and just wait 30 minutes and come out. So I did that, and then I came back out, and then finally the vehicle came. So my thoughts before the road preparation test was, I think I'm gonna be able to pass this shit. It shouldn't be that hard. But when I climbed in the vehicle and I had to do the road preparation test, so this is like, the road preparation test is pretty much the thing where they show you this is what they're going to look for. These are the places you have to drive. These are the turns you have to make before you have to do the real thing. Bro, I fucking failed that shit so bad. I failed that shit so bad mainly because, like, within the field where you practice this parking backwards or doing reverse, there's only 2 gears that you actually do. You do the first gear and the second gear and the reverse. So the first gear and reverse. This is a manual truck, okay? So when I actually had to drive the thing, that means I had to not only put in first gear, at a certain point I had to put in second gear, at a certain point I had to put in third gear, at a certain point I had to put in fourth gear, etc., etc. I never did that before. I never had to do that because within this small field, this small yard where you practice this vehicle, you don't actually switch all these gears in order to drive. So this was the first time I had to like shift gears and drive a manual truck, and I was having a hard fucking time. There was a time where I was trying to drive the truck, and then this truck just shut off because I put it in the wrong gear, and I didn't know that because nobody trained me about it. Nobody trained me about the fact that before you start, you're supposed to put it in. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, I am back. So I don't know what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I was talking about the road prep test. I did so bad because I only had like 30 minutes to actually practice. I was basically just driving, and this is a funny thing. I was driving around at like somewhere at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, so basically there's not going to be that many cars there. But I was still doing so bad because I couldn't even. This is the first time learning how to really try to shift from second gear to third gear to fourth gear. I don't know if there's too many people who actually know how to drive a manual. But was my first time driving a manual, not even just a manual vehicle, just a manual truck. And, you know, I never even drove a manual car before. So driving something that's like at least 10,000 pounds, you know, and it's this big weighty shit. What is this? Who is this? I am going to ignore this. It's a bigger deal. And then when I had to go onto the freeway with this big ass truck, I was like trying to shift it to third gear, but it was stalling and it was making these grinding noises. It was like, and then there were like people in back of me, like just honking their horn and shit because my thing was going less than 5 miles an hour, and I'm trying to get the gear to shift into third, so then I can like go a little bit faster, and it's like, oh. And the instructor guy wasn't even fucking helpful. Who's this? Who's this? The instructor guy wasn't even helpful. It was like this like old guy. He looked like he was 80 years old. He was some old guy who, you know, had a heavy accent, and he was like, shift the gear, or some shit. Turn the fourth, shift the fourth, no! And shit, I'm trying to like shift it and shit, and I didn't realize like you had to like take your foot off the accelerator and then put your left foot on clutch, because I was trying to do the clutch. I was clutching it and I was putting on the accelerator, and when you do that, like it messes up the vehicle. No one taught me this shit. No one taught me this. No one taught me this at all. So that's why I was doing it bad, because no one taught me this at all. And not only with that instructor, like, I couldn't really understand what he was saying at a lot of times. There'll be moments where he would just doze off. I would be looking at my mirrors, and I would be looking to the right of me to see if he... Who is this? Why are random people calling me? All these goddamn robot calls. Anyways, I would look to my right to see, like, if he's going to say anything. I would just see his ass, like, doze off. He would just, like, hold his... He would fold his arms and doze off like this. Right when I'm like... right when I'm like driving on the freeway where I actually need assistance because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know if I need to turn right. I don't even know if I need to turn left. I'm waiting for his instructions. And he would doze off so many times. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? This is absolutely crazy. Toward the even end, like toward the end of like the road test preparation, I was supposed to turn right. And I hit the curb. And that's a big no-no. Like, there's certain automatic fails in the road test preparation. If you hit the curb, you automatically fail. If you don't stop before a stop sign, like there's a stop sign right here, your vehicle has to be before it. If you stop at here or over it, you automatically fail. If your engine turns off because you forgot to put it in proper gear, you automatically fail. And I did all those... I did all those shits in the road test preparation, so much to the point that I'm like, there's no way I'm going to pass this fucking test. That was like the road test preparation. So like in 3 or so days, or on a Tuesday, I had to do the real thing. I'm thinking to myself, there's literally no way I'm going to be able to actually pass this shit. Because I still didn't really learn how to shift gears properly. Toward the end, I got better at it because I had to do it so many different times. I had to do at least 10 times. So like on the 10th time, okay, I think okay, this is how I do it. This is how I do it. A little bit. I was a little bit okay at it. But I was nowhere near ready, right? So when I'm like driving home, I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, because I can't get like private driving lessons. That was the only oh man, there's like a paper. There's a paper that has like the details of what I purchased for the course. I think it's in my car. There's a detail of a paper with there's a paper with the details of the course I purchased, which was $795. And within that course, it talks about the pre-inspection and parking and stuff, and that's like one section that costs X amount of dollars. But there's two additional things there that shows like not pre-inspection, road test preparations. There was two of them, but when I actually asked to schedule two, they said, "Oh, you only have one." So I feel like they're lying, and I feel like they're cheating me out of my money. But okay. But even then, like once I finally left, I was thinking to myself, "Damn, what the fuck am I gonna do now?" There's literally no point even going because I don't feel like I'm gonna pass this stupid shit, man. So then I just like, I don't know. Well, I said I was in a deep depression. I wouldn't say that. I was sad because I'm like, damn, like I thought I was gonna pass this thing, and now I probably have to like do it. Maybe I'm probably gonna fail this. I naturally thought I was gonna fail this. Naturally gonna fail it because like I was doing terrible, and that means I would have to probably do it again. And the thing is, with the school, it's so packed. When you try to just set up an appointment for any exam, it takes in a minimum like 3 days, but on average it takes like a week because everybody's trying to do something or trying to do their test, so you're not going to just get it as quick as you want. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, so that means I'll probably have to take it next week after that, and I don't really have time for that stupid shit. So the best thing I could do was like watch videos on YouTube of seeing people how to shift gears. But most of those vehicles that were on YouTube were like Class A vehicles, big rig trucks. So they have like a 10-speed manual transmission, and I had like a Class B 6-speed. So it's like they have to do more like shifting in order to drive this big vehicle with the trailer in the back. Where I only have a 6-speed, so I never really had to do anything. So a lot of times it felt like it wasn't really helping me. But that was like the best thing I could do, like just watch a lot of videos about how a big rig truck shifts gears and stuff like that. I was like, maybe that'll do something. I started looking into like other websites to see if I could find like private lessons. And I was like, okay. I did get some type of person that told me like, we can give you a private lesson, but that's going to cost like $450. And we'll give you like 4 hours. It'll give you 2 hours of time to learn how to operate this vehicle, but it will cost $450. And I'm like, oh man, $450? I'm gonna spend more money on this shit. So I was like, fuck it. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I know I'm gonna fail this. I had like my confidence level was like at 46%. Because it's like, this is the first time I ever drove a manual transmission vehicle. So I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to this fucking stupid test. I'm going to fail, but I'm going to try to at least learn something when I fail. Like, I'm going to try to like gain, because that's the thing, like, you're going to fail all the time in life. Failure is like common. It's more common to fail than to succeed. It is. Like, even when you think about just minute things in life that everybody experienced, like riding a bike. I don't think the majority of people who rode a bike just rode it. The first time they got on a bike, they just rode it and killed that shit. Even when you think about just riding a car or driving a car, I mean. Like, first time I drove a car, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like, you know what I mean? I pressed on the accelerator really fast because I thought like you had to put a lot of pressure on the accelerator or on the gas pedal in order to go fast or in order to go a decent mile, a decent speed. But no, you don't. You can lightly press on it but you're not aware of this stuff. The first time you do anything, you're trash at it. So I was really disappointed in myself eventually. I was really disappointed on my Saturday test, but at the same time, rationally, I thought to myself, like, this is my first time doing this shit, so of course I'm going to not do well. So then once I started to rationalize that, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. But at the same time, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna I'm gonna fail, and I don't know how I'm gonna get any type of practice, of sufficient practice. I was actually reading a comment from my last vlog, and he was one of the guys who's actually a trucker said when he did his thing like 20 years ago, I think he had like 5 hours a week in order to practice the vehicle. Bro, I only had like 20 to 30 minutes to practice with this vehicle. Which was the reason why I knew I was gonna fall. Knew I was gonna fail. So that shit like made me. I was like sort of low key jealous. Well, I don't want to say low key jealous. I was just like, damn, this. It just made me realize, damn, I'm really fucked. You know what I'm saying? Um, in addition to that, another thing he made the comment was like, oh yeah, I told you to get a Class A vehicle get a Class A license because a Class B you're not really gonna make that much money. Here's the thing about the reason why I chose Class B instead of Class A. The reason why I chose Class B is for the fact that I went into a CDL school to get the prices on a Class A because I wanted to get a Class A. I was like, sure, I'm pretty sure I'm going to make more money doing Class A. And they had an option where they say that, okay, you can get a Class A license for free because there's going to be this program that's going to pay for it. However, after they pay for this, now you're under some type of contract with them for 2 years. So you have to ride specifically for this company. You have to just do work specifically for this company. And I didn't really like that deal because I just didn't like the idea of... Because I didn't think I was going to stay here for 2 years. Like just be a Class A driver for 2 years. I just like the fact of just me just paying out of pocket so I can leave whenever the fuck I want. But then when he presented me the amount of money I had to pay just for Class A alone, it was somewhere around like $2,500. It was somewhere around $2,500 to pay for a Class A vehicle by myself, as opposed for a company to pay for it. And then I asked him, okay, well, what about Class B, right? Because I knew Class B was like truck drivers. Class B drivers or truck drivers can operate like garbage truck drivers or garbage trucks. And I heard stories that garbage truck drivers get paid pretty well. So once he told me it would be like $1,700, I thought to myself, okay, that sounds a little bit more reasonable. I think I could like save up money for $1,700. So that's why I decided to get a Class B or pursue a Class B vehicle. That's the whole reason why I tried to pursue a Class B vehicle. So that was the original CDL school I was planning to go, but then I went to the cheaper one, which is the one I regret the most, which was $795 they promised, and now I'm in this predicament, right? So Tuesday finally arrives. I had to do the test at 8:30 a.m. and when I went there, I knew I was gonna fail. I knew I was gonna fail. Like, so I felt like this is a whole waste of time. This is a waste of fucking time. And at the same time, people were like reacting to me, and I think I starting to feel like like eating sweet peas makes me smell bad, because that's what I was eating like the last 2 nights before. I was eating green peas or sweet peas or whatever it's called. So that's something I could talk about in terms of body odor. So I was probably smelling bad, but hey, whatever. You know, I have to do this stupid shit. So when I finally arrived, I finally had to do the test. Like, like, you can't, like, I had so much anxiety. You know how you feel like you get so much anxiety even though you don't, rationally you know that you shouldn't be anxious. Rationally you know why, you ask yourself, why am I scared, or why am I getting so anxious? Even though you don't think you should, but your body is just getting like, you have like this pit in your stomach that makes you feel scared or something like that, and gives you this great anxiety. Yeah, that's how I was feeling. Like, I didn't understand logically why I was scared, but I don't know, but I still was scared. Like, my body was like, was in like scared mode and shit. In any case, I got like a female examiner, which is very rare. I rarely see any examiners that are women. And you know, when I did all those things, when I had to do the test for real, surprisingly, I didn't fuck up as much as I did yesterday, as much as I did last time. So much so that once I finally went back into, I finally completed the road test. Like, the female examiner told me that I passed. She told me I passed, but I passed by a hair. She said I passed by a hair. And when she told me that shit, I was literally fucking shocked. I was literally shocked. Because I thought I was going to fail this shit. Because the thing is, I did do something. I did do something that I should have been automatically failed. I should have automatically failed the test on. I actually automatically shut my vehicle off on accident because I didn't put the vehicle in proper gear to drive, and that's an automatic failure. But she said within that test, she was like, okay, I'm going to allow that. I'm going to ignore that. But if you do that again, you're going to automatically fail. So there's a second time where I was about to do it again, but then I like put it in the proper gear. But overall, I passed. And I was so shocked. And I couldn't believe it. Even like 5 minutes later, just walking out the school and driving back home, I'm like pondering the thought that like, bro, I fucking passed this shit. So now the only thing I had to do was go to the DMV and get my proper license. And I couldn't, like, naturally you would think, like, I was doing it for technically like 4 months, or 2 months. 2 months. Started in January 6th. The test was on, I don't know, like not January 24th. The test was on February 24th. And you would think I was happy, but I wasn't really happy. I was just like relieved in a way because now I don't have to drive to that fucking school anymore. Now I don't have to like waste so much gas money or waste so much money paying tolls. Now I can finally make money, but at the same time, I know that with the money I'm going to make, it's not going to be enough, you know? It's not going to be enough at all. So it's like I'm probably going to make maybe $15 an hour if I'm lucky. And I don't know if that's really going to, I'm really going to be able to get an apartment, be able to pay off bills, and have just a cushion of cash left over for me to, I don't know, save up money for other things. Maybe I want to get other certifications. Maybe I want to, I don't know, use this money to upgrade certain items I think need fixing. Things of that nature. So I was more relieved than happy because no one really plans to be a truck driver. I didn't want to fall into being a truck driver. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was a kid, when I was like in middle school, I wanted to always get into like graphic animation because I always thought like Toy Story or 3D type of movies were so cool. I thought it'd be cool to create your own like 3D models and create movies and animation that way. I thought that was so cool to do, and I always wanted to do that. And in high school, I definitely wanted to. I was always into art. And in high school, like maybe in my junior year, I looked into some type of book about like the salary ranges for people who get into art. And for people who get into art, it said like the salary range was around like $50,000. I'm like, man, that's fucking cheap as shit, man. I don't want to be a fucking artist anymore. So then I started looking into stuff where a lot of people were making a lot of money, and I noticed that engineering, they made a lot of money. So I'm like, yeah, I'll be an engineer. And this is also somewhat, well, this wasn't during the time iRobot came out, but I remember watching iRobot, and I thought the idea of possibly being within the industry or being in the time where we start creating these AI humanoid beings would also be awesome, and I felt like engineering would be in that thing. So I sort of decided to pursue that in college, go into engineering, because most of my life was just always focused on art. But going back to like trucking, yeah, man, I didn't want to be a trucker, and even now, like when I know the pay rate is not as good as I want it to be, is like I wasn't really excited or relieved. I wasn't really excited or happy. I was relieved that I don't have to do this shit anymore. So the next day, I went to the DMV. I got my license. Hold shit. This is the license. Hold up. Hold on a second here. Alright, I'm back. So let me see if you can. You see my mug picture? I look fucking stupid as hell. Let me see if I can focus. Is this focus? I look stupid as fucking hell. I don't know what I was trying to do when I was posing for the picture. I don't know what I was trying to do. I was just trying to do like this. Like, you know when you don't want to really smile, but you do like a fake smile by like pushing your like lips together. Like, I was trying to do that. Hold up. CDL, Class B. Wait, it's right here. Oh, wait. Class B, baby. So, that's what happened. Another thing that was really funny, I think, I mean, if I could talk about, I guess, body odor or something like that. While I was at the DMV, I didn't really, it's sort of hard to tell sometimes, because I really think the green peas was making me smell worse. Because I usually just eat green beans, or the sweet peas was making me smell worse. Because overall, I didn't see a lot of reactions, but there were still like instances where it made me feel like I did smell. Like when they were trying to fill out the paperwork. They were trying to fill out the paperwork for what the fuck? They were trying to fill out the paperwork for my Class B stuff. One of the people that were like handling, like grabbing my driver's license and stuff, and grabbing some type of papers like my DOT medical card. After she like handled my stuff, she would get one of those like hand sanitizer, what is those bottles called? Hand sanitizers, and spray it on her hand and just wipe it like I was dirty or something. Like I had the coronavirus or some shit. Like she thought I was it made me feel like I guess she thinks I'm fucking dirty or something, because I would also try to see if she would do that to other people when other people came to her side, and I didn't see all that shit. Oh man, it's already 37 minutes. I didn't want to make it this long, but yeah, man, I was destined to fail, bro. I was destined to fail in this motherfucker, but I still overcame, and now it's high class poverty time. I'm gonna make $14 an hour. Oh yeah, I'm balling out of control. You know what you can get with $14 an hour? I'm playing. I don't know. I mean, on some real shit, I know I should be ending this right now, but I'm thinking to myself, like, at this week, I'm not doing shit. I'm not doing a goddamn thing. I'm not even trying to apply for jobs at this moment. I'm just trying to chill at my house. Because now next week, I'm going to really try to look into a lot of different jobs and stuff. See if I can get something. Hopefully I want to get an $18 an hour job. I don't think that's going to happen, bro. I don't think that's going to happen. But, yep. I was destined to fail. Overcame that bitch. Salute, I guess. I don't think there's anything else I can talk about. So I'm going to end it right here. I don't want to make it over like 40 minutes long. The end.